Go love your own enemies. Don't be loving mine. My enemies are the theocratic fascists. I don't love them. I want to destroy them.
You're a child made in the image of God. Oh no, you're not. You're a faggot. And you can't join your church and you can't go to heaven. This is disgraceful. It's inhuman.
Scotty?
I'm sorry, sir. I read about you in the paper.
Oh, I'm sorry, I can't talk right now.
Sir, I think I'm going to kill myself.
No, you don't want to do that. Where are you calling from?
Minnesota.
You saw my picture in the paper in Minnesota? How did I look?
My folks are going to take me to this place tomorrow. A hospital. To fix me.
There's nothing wrong with you. Listen to me.
You just get on a bus to the nearest biggest city, to Los Angeles or New York or San Francisco. So it doesn't matter. You just leave.
And you are not sick, and you are not wrong, and God does not hate you. Just leave.
I can't. I can't walk, sir.
Okay, hello?
Hey, well, I was all set to do a little video this morning on forgiveness because last night I saw something that kind of stuck with me until this morning. Well, actually what happened was last night I saw a thumbnail for a video, and the video was called Forgiveness. Matthew West, Forgiveness. And I immediately assumed it was a video about forgiveness. And I assumed not forgiveness by somebody that you've wronged, or forgiveness by a group of people that you've wronged, but forgiveness by some invisible something else that you've been convinced exists, and you feel that you need to beg forgiveness for something that you didn't really do anything to wrong anybody, but you think you've committed some kind of wrong anyway, even though it didn't hurt anybody, and you need to beg forgiveness to this thing that you've been convinced exists. That's what I thought this video was about. Because of the picture on the thumbnail of what looked like somebody praying. So I wanted to go see the video and see what it was about, because I thought, the first thing I thought was, I'm sorry, but this reminds me of when I was a Christian. And the guilt trip, it piles on people all the time about just living your lives, just being a person, just being a flawed human being. It's like this cult will exploit. I'm sorry if I'm saying words funny, I just woke up. Still working on this. This cult exploits humans for being flawed. Yes, we're all flawed. We're all flawed. There's no perfect person ever. We're flawed human beings, and religion takes this fact and exploits it to its own advantage. You have flaws. Because you have flaws, you're an affront to the perfect divine creator, and the only way to get right with him is to be constantly asking for forgiveness for every little mistake you make. Oh, forgive me for being flawed. Like this thing didn't make you flawed. If it really did exist and it made everything, didn't it make you flawed? But you're the one that's groveling and begging its forgiveness for making you flawed. Anyway, but it turned out I didn't actually watch this video by Matthew West, Forgiveness. It says lyrics, so apparently it's a song. I'm guessing this is a Christian artist. And I don't want to watch his stupid little video because I don't want to be repulsed by more Christian bullshit. But anyway, if you scroll down just a little, there's a note by somebody named Sinisbal. I believe this is a man. Hard to tell from the little thumbnail picture. I couldn't see before I got old, now I really can't see. This this young person writes, amazing forgiveness. It flooded my soul and washed homosexuality and other sins away. The heart wound that caused homosexuality were swept away. Thank you, Jesus, for healing me. Thank you for being the only God. The despicable cult that makes somebody feel ashamed of who they are. And yes, I'm actually meaning to talk to gays in this video, especially especially gay Christians. This video is what I want to say to gay Christians. Or any gay people that are under the domination of Christianity because your parents are Christians or whatever. Or you believe that you have to go to church to be a good person. So you're constantly being fed the message that homosexuality is a sin. You're perfect the way you are. You are not you should not be ashamed of who you are. You should not walk around feeling like you have an illness and that you need to be cured. I'm sorry, a sin, first of all, sin is a man-made concept they came up with to make their cult seem necessary. Oh, did you know that you have this huge, huge thing wrong with you and the only way to fix it is here, take our bandage, this will fix it, this will make you right. They convince you that you have this wound, so you need a bandage, and they are the only ones that have that bandage. So you have to have their bandage. That's what they do. They convince you that you're broken. And they do that to all of us, but they do that especially to gay people. You are just, you're not only sick, but you're an abomination. God hates you. God made you. If God existed at all, He made you. He made you, and it's all part of His divine plan. And you are just right now exactly where God wants you to be right now. All these little cliches and bullshit lines they feed you. Oh, you have a sickness, you need to be cured. No, you are the way you were born, and you were born exactly right. You were born exactly right. There's nothing wrong with you. You are not sick. It is not a sin to fall in love with somebody. This poor person, this poor gentleman, and I'm hoping it's a guy because I don't mean to offend some woman out there. It's really hard to tell from the picture. Imagine this. He is still going to see other men and feel attraction. And every time this happens, because that's who he is. He's a gay person. He was born gay. This is how he was made when he was born. This is how he was hardwired when he was born, before he was born. He's still going to see and be attracted to the same things he was attracted to before, because that's who he is. Every time it happens, he's going to berate himself. He's going to hang his head in shame. He's going to fall to his knees and tears streaming down his face, begging this God to forgive him. I'm cured. I don't really think this way anymore. Oh, I'm not really attracted to this. I just stumbled in my walk. Oh, please forgive me. I'm just a failure, a faulty human. Oh, please forgive me. He's going to be riddled with guilt again and again and again and again, all his whole life. He's going to think he's cured until he is attracted to somebody that he's not supposed to be attracted to, or fall in love with somebody he's not supposed to fall in love with. And then, oh my gosh, the illness is coming back. I need to be cured again. The struggles this person is going to go through for the rest of his life, while he is desperately trying to be somebody who he really isn't, while he's basically his whole life trying to deny who he really is, trying to be somebody else. He has one chance to live on this earth, and he's going to spend his life trying to be somebody else. That's such a waste. That is such a crime. That is such a wrong. This angers me beyond words, this angers me. Because I know how it feels. Not nearly to the degree that somebody who is gay and trying to be cured feels. I don't know what that's like. But I do know what it's like to walk around pretending to be all these things that I'm supposed to be and denying what I really am. I know what that's like. I think most Christians do. And if they say they don't, they're fucking lying to themselves. They're lying. It's like you have to put on this plastic persona. And you know, the plastic persona kind of teaches you to ignore the things that really matter, like character, like honesty. You know, just the simple curiosity that we're born with, wanting to know things, wanting to understand things. We have to suppress that. We have to keep all those questions at bay, not really look at them or face them or try to figure them out. No, we want to suppress them. We want to go on believing what this book says, even though every science on the planet says the book is wrong. No, rather than take that out and re-examine, we're going to suppress it and say science is wrong. It's not really science. Living a lie. I'm very familiar with living a lie. I'm very familiar. I'm very familiar with being a chameleon and flitting here and flitting there and being somebody different everywhere I go, just to fit in, just to be accepted. Walking around feeling like for some reason I am broken. For some reason I'm not as good as anybody else. And I have to work and work and work to be acceptable. That's all this is. That's all this is. These are gay people who want to be accepted, who want to be loved, who think this God exists and want him to love them. And so they will deny who they really are. So my message to gay people who are Christians or trying to be Christians, is it worth it? Is it worth it to walk around feeling, why would you worship a God? Why would you worship a God who commands people to be killed in Leviticus? For simply being who they were born to be. For simply being what he created them to be. If God created everybody and God sees the future and everything is according to his divine plan, then guess what? So are you. And so is your homosexuality. And so is all the things that make you you and unique. It's all a part of his plan. If he really existed, and if all this is true, then that also includes you. Why would you worship a God that would order somebody to be killed for simply loving somebody? For simply loving the wrong person? Why would you wish harm on somebody like that? Why would you condone a God that wishes harm on somebody like that? Why would anybody worship this God who not only orders innocent people to be killed for stupid reasons, but promises that a huge chunk of humanity will be tortured forever simply for not being able to believe something? Anyway, I don't want this to get too long. I just get really angry when I feel so bad for this man. I feel so bad because I know what's going to lie ahead. And the people that have fucked his head up, fucked him up so bad that he really believes, he really is this ashamed of himself. He really believes this about himself, that he's sick, that he needs to be cured. It is just, I'm sorry, this poor person has been fucked with. And, you know, he's got a lot of problems ahead of him. He's got a lot of struggles. And my hope for him is one day he comes to realize that he's wonderful. and he can come to love himself for exactly who he is and embrace himself and understand that he was born perfect and wonderful, exactly who he's supposed to be, and not hate himself, and not beat himself up, and not try to fit in with a bunch of people who have no fucking clue what humanity, what being humane is, what being compassionate is, what being accepting is, what loving is. All the things that Christianity tries to say it is. And yet it does this to people. It drives people to the point where they fucking reject who they are and go on the rest of their lives pretending to be something they are not. Throwing their lives away and walking around, still living and breathing, being somebody else. So yeah, fuck you, Christianity. And anybody who's gay watching this, trying to be a Christian, why? Why? Why are you trying so hard to be what you're not? Be who you are. There's only one shot at it. There's only one life. There's only one you. And you are not broken. And you are not sinning by simply loving somebody or feeling attraction for somebody. You are being honest and true to who you are as a human being. There's a lot of wonderful, wonderful qualities that shine out when you love somebody. Not everybody gets to know what love feels like. And you have all this love to give, and you're going to deny that to yourself, just the right to feel it, and to somebody else the right to understand and experience it. What a waste. Don't do that to yourself. Don't walk your life being somebody else because this cult has convinced you that you're sick and that you're broken. Don't do that. This is your one chance to live. This is your one chance to show the world this wonderful, unique human being that's you. You're denying yourself and you're denying the world this wonderful thing by pretending to be somebody else for this thing that you only think exists. So that's it. I felt very strongly wrathful when I saw this young man's note. Very, very wrathful. And somebody watching this who, I've had this happen before, who turns around and calls me gay or a lesbian because I would make a video defending homosexuality. Just FYI, I'm straight. I've always been straight. But I really feel like everybody is wonderful. Everybody has a chance. Nobody should be stomped on. Nobody should be persecuted. Nobody should be treated like shit for simply being who they are. And yes, straight people can defend other people who are being treated like shit and persecuted. Because I have friends who are gay, and I see how much it hurts them. And it angers me. And that's why I make videos like this. So if you've been watching, thank you. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to get so emotional. But it does really anger me because this really is a crime against humanity. This religion, this cult, commits harm against humanity. And yes, I will get angry and I will speak out against it. So yeah, thanks for watching if you have. Bye.
I am absolutely convinced that the main source of hatred in the world is religion. And I think it should be religion treated with ridicule and hatred and contempt.